So it's a couple of days since I recorded my last video when I was mowing hay. See, I started on Monday, it's now Wednesday, yeah. And I think I'm ready to rake at least one of the fields, but not all three of them. So I was able to bale my field, one of my neighbor's fields. I was able to cut those on Monday, and Tuesday I was able to cut my other neighbor's field. So I got them all cut. Now of the fields, the first one I cut that I have the footage of, that's probably the heaviest hay. We'll go look at it. I don't think it's ready to rake yet though. It probably won't be for a couple of days. My other neighbor's field, it's the lightest out of the bunch, and so that was cut 2 days ago. It's probably ready to rake. It hasn't been horribly hot. It's been in the 80s, a little windy, sunshine, not much clouds. So that wind actually, that'll help dry that hay pretty quick as that wind blows through those windrows. So I strongly suspect we'll be able to go ahead and rake up my neighbor's field and get ready to go on the other fields. And then we will have to, well, maybe we'll be able to spend just a little bit more time prepping and getting ready for, you know, baling hay. So, well, I've got to do some stuff like get my baler freed up. I got stuff in the front of it, and I'd actually like to work on my stack wagon a little bit. It's really close to being operational. So I want to utilize it when I have that opportunity. So what do you think, bud? Should we go rake some hay? Yeah. We'll go give it a shot. Yeah, give me a moment. We'll go see if we can rake some hay. All right, this thing here, the oil pressure gauge doesn't work, and it burns oil. So let's see what we have for oil. Make sure we have oil before we start, because this thing burns oil. Boy, it blows out like a blue nasty smoke. We're right at the add mark. A little bit dripping down in there. We'll dump in a couple of quarts of oil, yeah, before we head out there. It's just cheap insurance. I never remember which way to move the lever to turn it on. Anyway, it's time to make little small rows, windrows. Many small windrows into a few large windrows. Let's see if we can make that happen. Ready to rake. Not a lot of tonnage in this field, but we'll take what we can get. All right, it's the next day. It's time to bale some hay. I've got it's either a Model 120 something or a Model 12 Massey Ferguson. This one is my Model 12. It's kind of in disarray still. I've got some repair work to do on it to get the clutch and whatnot. So I've got my new, better one. Going to get it set up to rake, or excuse me, to bale. I've already greased it. Next up is to set the tension, And I set this, it's just springs, right? Springs on a threaded shaft. And so I just go through and set these up with, say, consistent tension. I think it's somewhere around 25 rotations, so on. You'll see my baler is empty. I clean this out every year because it's stored outside. So if you're stored outside, I recommend, and it's what I do, is I clean out my baler every year so that I don't have that hay just holding moisture and rusting out the baler and seizing things up. If I had a shed to keep it in, then I wouldn't bother. I'd just back it in. But what that means is I've got no tension, no back pressure. The way these things operate is once your chamber gets full of hay, that is what provides the back force to allow you to pack that in. So before I head out to the field, I'm going to throw a couple of bales of hay in here, cycle them through there. I might even cycle them 3 bales in to get this thing filled up and compact so that we get consistent bales off of our first bale in the field. It's a lot easier to clean up the mess right here in the yard than it is in the field. Dang it. Shear pin broke. And it did what it was supposed to do. It was probably a little bit loose. Just a grade 8 bolt is all I use for shear pins on here. Got to see if I have any more of these kicking around. That was unexpected. Typically doesn't happen like that, but this bolt must have been on its way out. So let's see if I have another one kicking around. All right, new shear pin in place. Put the wrenches back in the correct and proper places. See if we can get this baler to bale hay again. We'll get there. We're winning. It doesn't look like we're winning, but we are winning. Sometimes winning just looks a little like sweating and swearing and, you know, bad words and stuff, but we are winning. Almost ready to go. I've got a tied off bale. It's tied 2 bales in a row. That's 2 in a row. I'll take that every day. We do have almost out of twine. I better swipe the twine out of my other baler, or yeah, I'll just do that. Or I could run into town and buy some, but honestly, let's use what I got first, and then we'll go in and we'll get some more here in a minute. What I'm trying to say is that we are winning. We're almost ready to go. Give me a few more minutes and we'll head on out and try to bale up a field. Maybe 2. Yeah, it'll be great. I think we're ready to give it a shot. Let's go try to bale up some hay. I got a good feeling about this. Got the boy getting the gate for me. That makes me pretty happy. Open it wider, bud. Wider. Thanks, bud. Well, how did we do? Let's see. What did I say this field? I got to look what this field is. It's better than an acre, almost acre and a half. We only have about 30 bales, say 50 to 60 pounds each. That's being, yeah, that's about right. So that's 3/4 of a ton. That's, let's call it half a ton an acre. That's kind of sad. But we knew this going in. This field is, it's been declining. It's one of my neighbor's fields, and he doesn't like the smell of goat manure, so he doesn't want me to spread manure on it. And I put some fertilizer on it, but that was 10 years ago. So what I'm saying is we're going to come up with a plan to rejuvenate this field. And he wants to just throw some fertilizer on there, and we might just do that. All right, let me go back and get another tractor and rake up some more hay, get it ready to go. It's probably not ready to bale yet. Much heavier than this field. This field, if you remember, I cut it on the first day. I raked it yesterday, and I could have baled it last night if I would have had time. It was ready to bale last night, so which would have given me some tighter bales, fewer bales but tighter, and less stuff to handle, and easier to handle, especially with mechanized, with equipment. The tighter the bales you can make, the easier it is to handle with equipment. But regardless, first cutting is baled up on that field. We'll get 2 cuttings out of that field this year. The next cutting will probably be about the same. Is it worth it? Not really, but it's also not worth it, or is worth it. It makes the field look nice, and it makes my neighbor's property look nice, and it'll feed, right? So hold on, what did we get out of there? 30 bales? I'm feeding just a bale and a half a day over the winter with 3 animals at that weight, right? At that weight, you want to go, what is it, just a couple percent. It's basically about 20 pounds per animal of dry matter per day to get them through the winter. So one of those bales, maybe up to 30, because this is lower in protein. So bale and a half in the heavy winter. What am I saying? I've got 20 to 30 days worth of feed for the winter. It all adds up. It all makes a difference. Even the little things, they just make a difference.